Hi guys. Well, I'm going to talk about our second reading from Fleming, which is curriculum research. This reading it's very interesting because teaching a very important part of teaching is always curriculum creation and obviously evaluation to make sure that what you're using is effective and is creating a positive impact in your students. So the first thing that came to top of my head when I was reading this article is that sometimes we have some situations at schools where adults believe that schools are not doing their job effectively teaching students, and professionals, educators are not doing enough for students when they fail a class, when they don't achieve success, or when they are having a hard time understanding material in the classroom. I have had some cases in which some students do not perform well in my class, and I try to reflect every time on is this whether it's a student situation of low achievement because not enough effort was put in the class, or because the curriculum was too advanced for the level of the student. I am teaching Spanish 4 and 5, which are our highest level of Spanish classes in our high school. And the curriculum that I got from UNK is obviously for college level students, and I am teaching those classes to high school students. Well, sometimes I see that my students are not fully mature to understand that those classes require more preparation, more time to complete work and assignments, and sometimes they at the end of the course they realize that they did not put the effort that was required to be successful in the classroom. Well, with that being said, I think I made some accommodations for my students, and I started to teach in the class in a slower way. The pace was slower. I took longer time with the lessons and making sure that they were understanding the grammar lessons that I was covering before moving on to the next level, to the next chapter. And I think that was very beneficial for me and for them, because in terms of curricular problems, I was trying to figure out what was not going well for my students and what I needed to develop in order to help them to achieve success in the classroom. So, as teachers and from these readings, I learned that reconstruction of curriculum is important. Making accommodations, making changes, and implementing new ideas, and of course, working with your philosophy as instructor to make sure that you are satisfying the needs of your clients, the needs of your students according to their needs, according to what they are according to their level, and the present problem regarding an educational change, because obviously when they go from one teacher to another, they already have some methods being learned. They have some a type of adaptation to the previous teacher, and when they make a transition they can see new curriculum and new philosophies and new strategies, new methods, and sometimes some students adapt to those quickly while others take a longer time adapting to them. Uh, so I think curriculum is very important, especially uh, when you have classes where there's a lot of diversity in terms of language. That's one of the cases that affects me most of the time. my classes. Even though it's one level of Spanish, I see a lot of students coming to me from many backgrounds. While some are really good speaking it, others are really good with reading or writing. Each person is unique, and the curriculum, obviously, what we create is sometimes pretty general for all the students, but I think the key word is making accommodations, making some changes and adaptations to our curriculum, and this is needed every year. This is required every year, because every year you are going to have a different situation with your classes, and in terms of your instruction, the more curriculum you have, the better it's gonna be for you to implement your instruction, and to make sure that the students are acquiring the knowledge that you're trying to show them, that you're trying to transmit in the class. So very interesting readings. Curriculum is, along with research, are very important components in a classroom, especially for upper level classes. And I think, like I said before, every year we have to make some adaptations and changes to see what's going well and what needs to be updated. Okay, thank you.